Welcome to the journey. And today's journey is a fitness innovator with a master's degree in exercise and sports sciences from the University of Florida, who has been teaching fitness around the globe for decades. I welcome Fitz to the journey.
Yeah, thanks, David. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. And as this is recorded, and I don't know when it'll go out, it could be out tomorrow, it could be out next week, it could be out next month. It's the beginning of December.
Yeah,
So Christmas is not far away. That's how I
right.
look at it.
Yeah.
But this could go out after Christmas. I don't know. It could.
All right.
Depends. So I talked about your little bit about you, but tell the audience about us. Your journey, your starting. What started your journey?
So I am a fitness expert and I've been teaching around the globe, even in the UK for decades now. I work in television, radio. I host a podcast, The Fitzness Show. I do live presentations, keynote addresses for major corporations, and then I'm a professional race announcer. So I announce massive running events all over America. So everything from Los Angeles Marathon to Philadelphia Marathon, OC Marathon, you name it, huge, huge running events. I make happy noise. I boss people around. I cheer for people. This is what I do, which is not far from who I was as a kid. I mean, I started off my life. My mom said I was conceived at Disney World, which at one point felt kind of creepy to get in on that story, but that's to blame for my sunny disposition, she says. And yeah, I've been making happy noise and cheering for people since I was a kid. And I grew up in Fort Lauderdale. I'm still in Florida. So I love the heat. I love water sports. I love animals. I love being outside. And, my efforts in fitness and sports have all made a lot of sense for me. So I started teaching fitness when I was 14. I blew out my knee
Hmm.
in a soccer incident, or should I say football for your audience. I got tackled playing
Well,
football.
you can say football, soccer because I am in America, so we can balance the address.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So football, soccer incident. It probably sounds a little more badass from America if I tell people I got tackled playing football and blew out my knee. But yeah, the physical therapist after I had surgery told my mom, you got to get her in the gym and keep her strength training or she's going to re-injure it. So I went to the gym. My mom lied. She lied to the gym, said I was 15 so I could join. I wasn't. I was only 14. And I just kind of fell in love with it. And I fell in love with the way fitness was affecting me. And I had a great time. And eventually I applied for a job. And again, still before I turned 15, they hired me. And I started teaching classes right away. I don't know why they let me do that, but they did. And then I got to experience how fitness was impacting everybody else. Not only were people losing weight and their bodies were improving, but they were standing up straighter and they had better jobs and they were meeting better men. And, all of a sudden their lives were turning upside down in the best way possible. And I thought, wow, I like this. This is something I can buy into. And so, yeah, yeah. I mean, my career has taken me all over the world to help so many people, millions of people. But um, right now, I'm celebrating the release of my fifth book, You Supercharged, the exact formula for fitness, weight loss, and longevity. And so this one is killing it right now, which I'm excited. There hasn't been a hot fitness book on the market in years and years. So now there is. And yeah, I'm still bossing people around, still cheering for people, still working to change lives.
That's good to hear, and I've always believed in being a cheerleader, even though I'm 42 now, so I'm not exactly young.
Right.
It's
We're
like,
grown-ups.
like I look good for my age as I look at it, but I'm a cheerleader for many things. Like I'm a cheerleader for certain people when I believe they got the right attitude for things.
Yeah.
Because I believe cheerleading is the way forward to coach people in believing in themselves.
Yeah, it's really important to be even-handed with it. So one of the one of the most frequent bits of praise I receive is from people who have been successful doing what I told them to do, and they say, "Thank you for the brutal honesty." And so I am not afraid to tell people the truth and to tell people the hard truth. It's tough love for sure, but I feel like it's an obligation of mine that I can't lie to these people. I can't blow sunshine because then they fail or they get sick or they die young. There's all of these real hardships that people don't do the right thing. So I am quick to be brutally honest and tell people the truth and kick them in the can. However, I get away with it because I love them so much. And people know that she's only saying these things because she really cares. And then when they do the things I told them to do and they start seeing results, I mean, my enthusiasm is genuine. I'm so excited for them because I, even the strangers, I just love so much, and it's so exciting for me to see people turn their lives around. It's funny, so many professionals work for, they work for bonuses or plaques or, trophies, and that's good for them. But my trophies are people who no longer have back pain or people who finally fit back into their favorite pair of jeans or whatever. There's a lot to celebrate when I get together with the people that I've worked with for sure.
Yeah, because you described that I like about people being looking for a certain thing for so long. Yeah, I was that person looking for that success. I wanted people to look at me.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it was good because I felt like I had to control myself to say, look, I'm proud of myself. But at the same time, I wasn't doing it the right way. I was doing it in a sense the wrong way, and I wasn't being recognized the right, because I was doing it the wrong way. Now, I was told many years later and over time, do things where you do things quietly and you get the right recognition. So I sat back and I did those things just because I wanted to be recognized. But I did it slowly, quietly, and I was recognized more.
Yeah, it's interesting that you bring that up. Like you're working for outside feedback. The thing I normally encourage people is you do for you, right? We can't please a guy or a gal. We can't work for anybody else's praise. We're not trying to look good for us in a swimsuit for somebody else. We're trying to improve our health so we live better and we live longer so we don't have pain and so our body really works. And also if your body looks fantastic, great, but it's that benefit of having confidence and feeling good no matter what anybody else thinks. So I always hope that people are doing this stuff for themselves. But to be honest, if you're doing it because you want somebody else to say hooray and it gets you to do the right thing, then fine. Motivation gets people started. It's discipline that keeps people going. It's discipline that takes you to the finish line. So, whatever gets you going, David, it's good
Yeah,
enough.
yeah, and
Hopefully, hopefully you'll stay on track because you care about you, though.
yeah, and I am. I learned that. Like I said, I learned that a lot. And like I said, I'm doing what I'm doing now. This is independent of what I've been involved in the past. But I did it because I did it in the past. But when I did it in the past, I was doing it for the people who I was, I'm not saying it's a bad thing who I was linked with, but I was doing it because it was part of what I was doing. This is me learning from what I'd learned,
Yeah.
and I'm doing it for myself now. So I'm doing it and recognizing it myself.
Well, you know what? No matter what gets you started, if you get started and you keep going and you get the final results, then what does it matter, right? As long as you figure it out and you make health and fitness and nutrition an important part of who you are, then hooray, hooray. Whatever gets you started gets you started.
Exactly. So you talked about your book. Where can people get hold of your book? Because obviously people will be saying, where can I get that book? I like that book. I want to read it. Where can they get it
Yeah,
from?
so again, it's You Supercharged and it's available wherever books are sold. Now, if you can go the old standard way, go to Amazon or Barnes and Noble, etc. All the bookstores should have it at some point. I know Amazon globally already is carrying it. But if people want autograph copies and with a fun free gift, the little Fitzy stickers that come with them, if order them at fitzness.com. That's F as in Frank, IT Z as in zebra, N as in Nancy, ESS.com. So it's the word fitness with the Z in the middle. Fitzness.com. That's where you get signed copies with the free gifts. And then I'm also at Fitzness on social all over Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I have fitzness.com. So finding me is really too easy. I've made it too easy to connect with me. And if you do follow, I appreciate the follow. I promise quality content in return. But what I'd rather you do is reach out and say, hi, I heard you on David's podcast and I'd like to connect because I'd much rather have friends than followers.
Yeah, and that's a true saying because it's about reaching out, engaging, knowing about people instead of a blank, oh, I like what I see. It's good to connect with, even if it's just a short word to say, ah, it's a good way of connecting.
Correct. Yeah, for sure.
So, obviously, fitness as a whole, do you feel like, and this is me going into the technicalities of fitness, do you feel like fitness overall has changed, or do you think it stayed the same? Do you think the dynamics have changed over the years?
Well, I mean, fitness is what it is, right? So I think as we've garnered more information, we have more to share. The cavemen, they were doing cardio, they were chasing animals, right? They were lifting stones. This is why all the statues of the cavemen or the ancient guys they're all ripped because they were doing manual labor. And so the four pillars of fitness, cardio, strength, flexibility, balance, they always have been important. They always will be important, of course, as science evolves and we learn a little more about the human body. We're able to express these things and put people in the know. One of the things I like a little more now is I feel maybe 10 years or so ago, I saw so many all those weight loss shake people. I can't even remember the name of these garbage products, but it was everybody and their friends were selling these stupid shakes out of the back of their trunk and in their living room, and people were buying all those products are garbage. They are absolutely lies. They are snake oil. They are terrible, and you should not buy them. And so I don't see those shakes as much right now. So I think that's a wonderful evolution. I still see people leaning on these hokey gimmicky diets, keto, intermittent fasting. It's all garbage, folks. You don't have to do anything that causes severe restriction. In fact, that's what gets you off the diet, right? So diets themselves are temporary measures that lead to temporary results. They usually require some sort of deprivation and suffering, which is why people don't utilize them for life. So you get on keto, for example, you stay on it for 4 to 5 weeks, you start suffering greatly, you can't stand it anymore, and then you get off of keto and then you gain all the weight that you lost. Or you get to 5 weeks into keto and you learn a thing called keto crotch or keto breath, and you decide, oh, this is a disgusting way to live. I shan't do it anymore. And so, um, yeah, I'm happy when people steer away from those things. So I teach people the exact formula for weight loss, which is just I teach them how to eat the precise amount of calories for the size they would like to be. It's the right amount of the right food for the size they would like to be. You pair that with the four pillars of fitness, strength, cardio, flexibility, balance, and quality sleep, and you will be unstoppable. It's a simple formula. And again, no gimmicks involved, and then you get to get fit pretty quickly and then stay fit for the rest of your life if you continue on. So
Uh,
I like that evolution, and I'm hoping because I'm a truth teller. I mean, people have offered me millions of dollars throughout the course of my career to endorse their diet pills and their powders and all this stuff, and I've never done it. So now to finally have a book out on the market where I'm telling people the truth and how doable, how understandable, attainable, and fun fitness can be. I'm hoping that these people that read the book, they never ever revert and resort to diets or snake oil again because it's just harmful.
yeah, and you said about those products. I know for a fact people believe in them so much, but in a sense, it isn't any good because you read it very carefully. There's stuff in those things. I'm not saying any brands in particular because I don't want to advertise their names and I don't want to
Right.
paint them in a bad light, but there's stuff in there that's more harmful than it's worth.
Well, here's the deal. Even if they're not harmful, they're lies. So if I give you an apple, you say, okay, here's an apple. If I put the word diet on the apple and say, well, here's a diet apple, what does that mean? This one's a weight loss apple. What? There's no such thing as a weight loss apple. It's just an apple. There's no such thing as a weight loss bar or shake or snack. All of it. The second someone puts the word diet or weight loss on a product, you know they're scamming you. That is the billboard saying, I am a vulture. I'm trying to steal your money. Give me your money. And so hopefully your listeners hear this and they go, oh, okay, never, ever again will I fall victim to that. I will not buy a diet product. I will not buy a weight loss product because Fitz Koehler told me it was crap and they're trying to steal my money and they are. And so, yeah, there's no such thing as a weight loss apple. There's also no such thing as weight loss coffee or snack bar or sandwich. So those are things that people, I have a whole chapter. It's called Why Diets Are Dumb. The other chapters are why your excuses are lame. And then we have full throttle femininity and man mode and aging like a badass and raising supercharged families. And, I've targeted every type of person in this book, whether you want to be able to get into your 80s and 90s, still carrying your groceries, driving your car, lifting your grandkids, or at the moment, you want to carve out shredded abs and, impressive glutes. There's something in there for everybody. In fact, they've been calling it the fitness Bible now. It's 400 plus pages, 34 chapters, over 300 photos, instructional photos. So if you've ever thought, gee whiz, I would exercise, but I don't know how, it's in there.
That's good to hear. So going into the future, because
Yeah.
we've talked about the past, the present, but the future, what would you hope for the future? If you was to talk to someone on their journey starting now, what would you say to them to help them in their journey?
Yeah, so fitness is attainable for you. The book is called Supercharged. That's what I want everyone to envision themselves. It's you, but better. What is a supercharged version of you like? Are you stronger? Do you have more energy? Do you sleep better? Are you more creative? There's so many options for this better and best version of you. That's what this book is about. And so, what I want folks to do is have the vision. And then after reading the book, they make the plan because now they understand how. And the commitment is to get 1% better every day. That's it. I don't need you to run a marathon tomorrow. I don't need you to be in a bodybuilding competition next week. What I want you to do is every single day, get up and do something to make your body, your mind 1% better. And if you keep doing that 1% day after day after day, hey, a month from now, you're going to look at yourself and say, wow, I do feel better. I do look a little better. 4 months from now, you're gonna look in the mirror and say, hot damn, I didn't even, I mean, I had the vision, but I didn't know it could really be true. And so if you are relentless in the pursuit of health and vibrancy and energy and longevity, it will come to you. Your body is no different than mine or anybody else's. It will do what you tell it to do. And so with proper exercise and nutrition and sleep, that supercharged version of everyone is available.
I love that. And I just like to say your book is, like you said, it's on all platforms of book selling places like
Yeah.
Amazon, Barnes& Noble. But if you're in the UK, it's available amazon.co.uk. And I'm not going to say
It
everything
already
to
is. Yeah,
Amazon.
I checked. Yeah.
But I'd just like to say, Fitz, thank you for sharing your journey with us today. I like how it's just a punch, like you said, you're out there, you're punching it and straight to the truth because that's what makes an ideal podcast as well, because you're straight to the point.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is too important of a topic to F around. I gotta tell you, I mean, when it comes to fitness, it's your life. When, it's health and nothing focuses you in on health being important than, when you're injured or when you're ill. And at that point, you're just thinking, gosh, I just wish I was healthy. I wish I didn't have pain. I wish I could walk. I wish I could do these things. And so, folks, let's get on it right now. And life can be better than ever, no matter how old you are, no matter what your gender, what you look like, what you feel like. It can be better, and you should take the steps to get there. Thanks for listening.
You're welcome. And on that, thank you for sharing your journey today.
Of course.
Every journey begins with a single step, and this one, it's the story of Cat Girl and Wise Tiger, two hearts, both fierce and free, stepping into a world of new beginnings. With every sunrise comes a chance to start again. There'll be ups and downs, moments of love, bursts of laughter, and shadows that test the soul. They'll face their past, their fears, and maybe find the courage to heal what was once broken. But through it all, they'll never lose that young at heart spirit, because when you believe in yourself, when you believe in each other, anything is possible. So what are you waiting for? Adventure, emotion, and heart await. It's time to pounce into their story and begin your own journey too.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone. I've just been listening to the Paramedic Chris Children's books on audio again, and I just love it because they've given a tribute in one of them to my dad as well, who passed away a few years ago. I love audio books, and it's great to walk around, and it's great to sit at the computer, if you're out jogging or wherever, to listen to them as well. All 4 of the Paramedic Chris children's books are available on audiobook from Amazon. Go and take a listen to them. You won't be disappointed. You'll hear what happens when a community pulls together and supports one another. The best thing is to pop over to my website, paramedicchriskidsbooks.org, and you'll see the links on the shop page. Keep safe, everyone, and thank you for being you.
Hi there, I'm Michael Drake, and I've written a book called The Paradox of a Mortal Mind. It's an invitation to slow down and really think about your life as a temporary part of who you are as a person. I want you to step back and think about, the things, the chances that you have in life, and the relationships that you have in life, and what you value. And the book is like I said, an invitation to slow down, really think about where you are and where you want to go, and just embrace the beauty of impermanence. Embrace the fact that you will be a picture on the wall one of these days, and it's your opportunity to leave an impact on the people that you love and the community that you have. And it's really about how you make people feel at the end of the day. And so you can pick up my book anywhere on Amazon, anywhere in the world. It'll ship right to your door. It's called The Paradox of a Mortal Mind. It's by Michael Drake. And I also have a website. It's called themortalmind.com. And you can get my audiobook, my ebook, and I hope you enjoy it. And thank you very much for being here.
The Journey podcast explores stories of personal growth, challenges, and life-changing moments. Each episode dives into unique experiences, offering insights and inspiration for listeners navigating their own paths. I believe everyone has a story worth sharing. If you'd like to share your journey with David and others, email your story to wisewords1983@reborn.com, and it may be featured in a future episode.